Hey friends, welcome back to another weekly update of Trades Talk. I'm your host today, Justin White, and it is September 12th, a Friday. Welcome to Friday. I'm excited. Today's a great day, and this week's been a great week. There is a lot going on, as always, and next week looks exciting. So here's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to be talking about AI, and I'm going to give you guys 3 key things that you need to be doing in ChatGPT to put you in the top 1% of all ChatGPT users. It all kind of came to me last night. I was at a dinner yesterday, and I was talking to my buddy Josh, who is a carpenter, and we're building a fence, and I asked him, hey, can you give me a quote on this fence? And what's your normal linear foot cost of a 6 foot with 2 foot of lattice redwood fence in Santa Cruz, California, because, California matters. And so he kind of told me the range, 100 to 125 a linear foot with lattice and all this. So I pulled out my custom GPT, which I call Landscape Intelligence, which is available to anyone. Just go search GPT store in ChatGPT and it'll come up, Landscape Intelligence for Disruptors. So I asked my ChatGPT how much per linear foot is a 8 foot redwood fence with 6 foot of board and 2 foot of lattice and all this stuff of location and everything. And it built me a material list. It created everything I needed to know about it. It mentioned offsets and permits and everything else. And then it literally came up with an approximate price of $104 per linear foot and a range of 100 to 130 a linear foot. I show this to Josh, and he's like mind blown because he bids these kind of jobs every single day for clients. And this is what his sales process looks like. He goes out, he meets with the client, he measures up the area, he talks about the type of fence they want. And then he goes back and he writes up every single potential material he's going to need, all the way down to the screws. He sends that over to ABC Lumber or whatever it is, the local lumber store. They send back a quote for all the material. He goes through and kind of estimates every, labor, how much is it going to be to grade and get the area ready for the fence. And then you got to dig the fence post holes, and you got to pour the concrete and set the fence and, the whole thing, right? Step by step. Well, it could take him 4 hours to put a bid together like that. And with my GPT, I created Landscape Intelligence. It took 30 seconds and it literally did all of that for him. Now, I don't want to just come out and say, this is going to be an answer to all your estimating and it's going to price everything. But with some training, it can get you in the ballpark, and potentially with a lot of training, it can replace you as a pricing estimator. So I'm going to walk through a little bit of that today and share with you guys how I set that up. So, you can build your own custom GPT that is built for you and your company and what you do, whether you're a social media marketing agency, a contractor, or something else. This can work for anybody. So let's jump in. First off, if you guys are enjoying these weekly updates or enjoying Trades Talk at all, please leave us a review on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, wherever you're listening to this. Would appreciate that. Helps us get up in the rankings and get more people to hear about all these great information and great guests we had on, like Eli Zevin with Aspire on Wednesday. If you guys have not listened to that podcast yet, go back and listen to it. It was just such an incredible talk with someone who has gone through so many implementations at ServiceTitan and now the general manager of Aspire. Just super excited for that. Okay. So next week is busy. On Sunday, I'm headed to Dallas, Texas to join the Leanscaper crew at Leanscaper Financial Intensive on Sunday and Monday. Monday night, actually Tuesday morning, first thing I rip out of Dallas, come into Anaheim, and I'm there all day and all night and a little bit on Wednesday for Aspire Ignites event. I'm speaking at both events, super excited about what I'm talking about. So on Monday at Leanscaper, I've got this really kind of incredible honor to share the stage with Mark Bradley, and him and I are really going to be doing a bit of a future painting, if you will. So we're going to be talking about the future. We're going to be talking about autonomous mowers and what the robotic industry is working on that will disrupt the landscape industry at a very high level over the next 10 years. We're going to be talking about what you can do today to set yourself up for success and transition to the autonomous era, which is around the corner. Like I'm telling you guys, I have friends in manufacturing here, and they do agricultural packing and manufacturing of the fruits and vegetables that you guys probably eat. Maybe you've heard of Fresh Express or Driscoll's or Dole Foods. You'll find them in every grocery store across the world. And most of their processing happens either in Mexico, Yuma, Arizona, or right here in the Salinas Valley. And what I've noticed is I've toured a decent amount of these plants, and they have automated so many of their manufacturing lines. And you take a line with 15 or 20 full-time employees working on it, and they run 3 shifts. So they're running basically 20 to 24 hours a day. And so that's 45 basic full-time employees compared to an 8-hour shift, right? You have 3 shifts over the course of the day with 15 employees. Well, you automate that line, and you take those team members and you put them in more valuable roles. So now they're looking at quality control. They are inspecting the product coming off the line. They maybe are moving into sales roles and communication and customer service positions where they're actually able to earn more money. And these automated lines use maybe 3 or 4 full-time employees. And then, these automated lines can run 24/7. And so you take this very labor-intensive market like landscaping, and you start to plug in automation. Robotic mowers is the first area it's starting, but it's not stopping there. And we're going to talk about what the future looks like and how AI is going to accelerate that transition at an incredible rate. The next, right after that, I'm going to Aspire Ignite's user conference. This will be my 5th year. Very excited for this year's Ignite because we've got a new general manager coming into Ignite, coming into Aspire, should I say, and that's Eli Zevin. I'm excited because I think he brings this new era of implementation, this new era of tech enablement. So I'm really excited about that. I'm excited for our talk too. I'll be talking with TJ over there at Aspire, and we're going to be talking about speed and momentum. And speed is so critical. It's not going fast and going fast forever. We can't all sprint, but it's knowing when to sprint, and it's knowing when to apply speed and urgency to the projects you're working on. And we're going to talk about why speed is truly your number one advantage in 2026 against the competition in an industry that is transforming daily. So I'm excited to get into all that with you guys. But enough about that. If you're going to Leanscaper, reach out. I'd love to see you. If you're going to Aspire Ignite, let me know. I'd love to see you guys. I'll be there on Monday in Dallas and in Anaheim on Tuesday. So let's meet up. Okay, let's jump into the AI discussion today. ChatGPT, keys for success. Look, I want to share 3 big things that you need to be doing if you're using ChatGPT. And if you're not using ChatGPT, you are falling behind at a rapid pace. I mean, this program should be doing 80% of your work. If you're an account manager, you should be utilizing ChatGPT as your assistant on a daily basis. Anyway, I'm gonna try not to go down rabbit holes. I'm so passionate because ChatGPT has changed my life. I've been able to, 3x, 4x my bandwidth over the last 6 months probably. And if I look at a year ago, it's potentially a 10x increase in what I'm actually doing in terms of output for my job, for my day-to-day, for the podcast, for the trade stock. Think about it. A year ago, I was launching a podcast every other week with a partner, with Maggie, the co-host. Shout out Maggie. I know she's doing great. I'll see her this week. So I went from every other week and a co-host to solo, 2 episodes a week. And that just doesn't happen, right? You have to utilize tools like ChatGPT. So the first key to success with ChatGPT to put you in the 1%, build a master prompt. So how do you build a master prompt? This is basically a reusable prompt that's going to set a tone, the goals, the audience. It's basically a custom instruction manual for your ChatGPT to ensure that when it replies, it's replying in the way that you want it to reply. It knows you the best. So there's a few ways to do this. First is you can basically go into ChatGPT and say, hey, I want to build a master prompt to make our conversations better, make your outputs even more usable. And it will basically tell you exactly how to do that. It's going to ask you a series of questions. You just answer it. I like text-to-speech. I've heard an expert say you get 300% better results from ChatGPT when you speak to text versus just typing in. Now, once you get this master prompt, what do you do with it? Well, you have two options. You can go to the custom instructions of ChatGPT. You upload it there. That will save it and will allow you to basically access that document every time it replies. The other option is to keep it on your desktop, keep it on your iPhone, keep it on your laptop, whatever you are using ChatGPT on, and then just copy and paste or attach that PDF to every chat that you do. Little more work on that. That's going to give you the best results by attaching it. You can also put in the custom instructions to get amazing results. So you're going to get better, consistent responses, branded results. It's just going to be a night and day from where you're currently at if you're not using a master prompt. Number 2 is creating custom GPTs. I talked about this at the beginning of the episode today. You want to create a custom GPT that's going to help customize the way that you operate. Think of this as an agent in your corner. So for me, I use Landscape Intelligence for all things landscaping. I built Landscape Intelligence with thousands of pages of documents of information on how it prices, on how it knows how to respond to issues, on how much water should be used on a turf area in different watering zones. I mean, it's very like how much base rock should go under concrete in a driveway, a walkway, a pedestrian area, a commercial area, et cetera, et cetera. Your custom ChatGPTs are really easy to create. You go in and you'll see the sidebar. It goes to GPTs. Click on that. And then on the top right, you're just going to click Create GPT. And you can basically ask ChatGPT, hey, I'm wanting to build a custom GPT for Google Ads. I want to do really good at Google Ads. I want to start doing paid ads, and I have no idea how to do that. I want you to be my marketing assistant. And you can build it out to be your marketing assistant. So it's going to basically save a ton of time. You can upload a bunch of documents there. You can also build one for your company that is just your master SOP library. You can upload 1,000-page document with every SOP that exists in your company, and then you can share that GPT with your entire company so they have access to it. And now everyone is accessing your SOPs on demand. And guess what? If you update an SOP, everyone's updated automatically. Super, super cool. Custom GPTs. Just go build one right now. It doesn't have to be great. You can just build 10 of them, 20 of them, depending on your subscription, of course. You may need to go up to the Teams edition from the $20 a month to the $30 a month. I guarantee it's worth it. Okay, number 3, rounding out the list to be in the top 1% of ChatGPT users, is use projects in GPT. Projects are an incredible breakthrough, and they just recently came out, and I am using them constantly. I have projects, for every project I'm working on. So as a landscape contractor, I've got some projects that I'm working on. One of them is my own backyard. So I'm uploading every single document from the plan set to the material quotes to the Aspire estimating price sheet. Everything I am putting in this project, and every new thing that comes up, I add to it. So I always have this running to-do list, and I'm always uploading new documents to it, and it's my all-knowing source for that project. I heard Dan Martell explain it like this. Projects, think of a dedicated room with poster boards all over the walls where you can go in, you can post up documents, post up things, and then when you need to go get something, you just walk in that room, you ask it, or you look around, you grab what you need, and you go. That's how projects work, and you can share projects with your team. So that's a really cool feature, is by sharing projects with your team, you guys can collaborate on a project. So whether you're trying to keep up with maybe a series of articles, or you're trying to build a project, like physically build a construction project, if you have a maintenance client, you can create a project for every one of your maintenance clients, and then every visit, every email, everything you can load up into there, and it's the most accessible database you'll ever find. So it's long-term memory, it's going to be context across multiple sessions, and you can actually customize every project on how it responds. It's a no-brainer to set up projects. So to kind of like wrap up those 3, number 1, you're going to need to build a master prompt so your GPT really works for you. Number 2 is use custom GPTs. I want you guys today, if you can, go build the custom GPT. It's phenomenal. Number 3, if you haven't already, create a project in GPT and start using that project to organize your conversations, to organize your information within your system. that's about it today. It's all about AI, and it's going to change our world in more ways than one. So let's keep raising the bar together, guys. This has been a great episode. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Like I said, if you can record a review, leave a review on Spotify, podcast, YouTube, or just hit me up. Let me know how you're liking the show. Justin at jwhitegroup.com. Look forward to hearing from you guys. See ya.
Thanks for tuning in to Trades Talk, where the next generation of disruptors comes to raise the bar. If you got value from today's episode, share it with someone in the trades who's ready to level up. For more tools, insights, and community, follow host Justin White and join the movement at jwhitegroup.com.